Alexandra Santos, and then today I want to talk a little bit about the relationship between a spinal twist and backbends. We're going to cover one of the first deepest spinal twists in the primary series of Ashtanga Yoga, which is Marichasana C. And then from there, we're going to connect the dots of how that can help you to find a sense of freedom in your upper back, and then we can work into Urdhva Dhanurasana and a little bit more complex movements of back bend. This is my student Shalisa, and she's going to help us today to demonstrate. So Shalisa, will you please go into a downward facing dog? And then from there, we're going to inhale, jump through, and sit down. Good. And then what we're going to do, Shalisa, is that we're going to start that spinal twist with Marichasana C. So you're going to bend the right knee. So pretty much what we look is the majority of people will actually bring their hip back. So as they bend in the knee, they start the posture with their hips slightly crooked. So what happens is that creates a lot of pressure in the lower back, but as well a lot of pressure on the groin area. So with years of practice, this can develop into further injuries. So the first thing that we want to do is allow her to find that more neutral pelvis position. So the hips are square, right? And then what we want her to do is to start lifting her spine and find a space for each vertebra from the very beginning of her lower back all the way to her cervical spine. So as she goes really over, she wants to pass the line of the torso over the right thigh, that she have a space to bring the shoulder as deep as she can and lower she can into the knee. Now, this is the tricky part. We always want to find our gaze point. So you want to look over the right shoulder that you can maintain the right part of the shoulder girdle up and not low. So you don't want to do this and then just bind, because that would be just connecting the hands. What we want is to find that energy in the spine when everything lengthens and everything kind of grows up. So as she takes her hand, now the second part that we're gonna see here is she's able to maintain. So we're gonna ask her to press into that right foot. You feel that? And then as she presses into the right foot, to find that energy that's gonna travel all the way up to the spine. Now the standing leg is also very important, because this one is the one who's keeping the stability of the posture. Soft activation in the quadricep, and keeping this leg grounded, it will allow her to feel the foundation of the sit bones. So how do we connect this all the way back to back bending? Well, as we see here, this is the first time that Shalisa might be feeling thoracic movement. So now she knows what it is to have a square foundation and movement in the upper back, okay? So she's no longer trying to create the posture by doing this. Can we see the difference? All right, so what we're gonna do right now is she's gonna let go that side, exhale, Shalisa, let go, and then please go ahead and jump back. And then inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna inhale, jump through, and we're gonna exhale, you're gonna lay on your back with your straight legs, all the way lay on your back. So the first thing that I would like to see that Shalisa doesn't go into her lower back is to maintain an idea and understanding that the front of the body is what it needs to find movement. And then that will allow the back of the body to arch, not the other way around. So the first thing that I want Shalisa to know is that I want a sensation of freedom and opening all the way from here to here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Shalisa to bend her knees, and the feet position are going to be very important. And why is that? Well, we not all can keep it so straight like that. A slightly open is fine, but if you open too much, and we're going to see it here, it's going to go immediately to what part of the body that we said. It's going to tend to make her hip flexor to tie up, and therefore it will not allow her to find that movement in the front of the body. To the opposite, it will, as she lifting herself into back bend, it will make her feet to further open apart. And normally that action will bring all the arch into the lower back, which is a very delicate part of your lower back, which you want movement on it, but you definitely don't want to initiate a movement from there. I don't know if I'm making sense, but anyways. So we're gonna try to keep it whatever her body's ready to do, right? And then now we're gonna talk about bringing her hand positions right along her ears. Same thing like the feet out is the positions of the elbows. We really don't want her to open her elbows so much because all the weight will bear onto her shoulder girdle. And we really want is for her to feel that same movement that she had on the spinal twist. So we want to feel opening of the upper back. So we're gonna try to keep the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder in a straight line if it's possible. Okay, and then from there, the most important thing is I'm gonna ask her to prep to feel that front of the body. So I'm gonna have her lift until she feels this. And then I'm gonna have her lift until she feels her whole spine. As she's here, I'm gonna command her to slightly push forward towards her hand to free the front of her body. I hope this helped. Thank you so much. Alexandra Santos here. Thank you, Chalisa. All the way down slowly.